Hello, it's Lon Welsh at Your Castle Real Estate, and I want to talk a little bit about what's happening in the rental market for Denver. So this chart is from the Apartment Association of Metro Denver, and they do a quarterly survey of over 100,000 rental units. There's a little over 350,000 rental units in Denver, so it's a very good sized survey. And here's what happened in the second quarter. The vacancy rate improved, much to everybody's shock. It was at 5.9% before in the first quarter, and it dropped to 5.1%. So more units are full, fewer units are vacant. That would be the normal historical pattern. The vacancy rate always improves to the advantage of the landlord in the second quarter, and this was no exception. The second thing on here is the average rent. When you look at the chart, that would be the green bars. You can see that the average rent dropped about $30 from $1,536 to $1,506, so just 2 percentage points. But if you take a look at those green bars, you can see it's been mostly a steady march up. I think that this degree of fluctuation is sort of within the normal range. The more important stat on here, which doesn't show up on this, is that we had positive absorption of about 3,800 units. And that's not a very familiar metric, so I'll explain it to you. We delivered a number of brand new apartment units during the quarter. Very, very few were demolished to make room for some other sort of a structure. So the number of new renters in the market was adequate to take all 3,000 or so newly constructed units plus another 3,800 vacant units in addition to that. And that's why the vacancy rate dropped by nearly a point. That's a very healthy sign for our economy that we're still attracting people into the city. More people are moving into the city than moving out. And there's a lot of kids who are in their parents' basements who are getting out to not buy their first home, but get their very first apartment to rent. And it's going to be difficult to see a sustained, significant drop in rents when there's enough demand from the renters that they're taking more units than we're building. So this dynamic of supply and demand has provided some really, really good support to the Denver market. Another metric that's not on here is how many people are paying on time. And Denver is among the very best for the large metros in the US. I believe the stat is 95% of the tenants paid their rent on time in the July time period, and it was just about the same for second quarter. Just 1 or 2 points different from the historical average. So at least so far, at least on the residential side, we're not seeing a lot of negative impact for tenants being able to pay. If you're looking at retail, for example, that's a much different story, a lot more stress going on there. But the multifamily market at the moment is doing fantastic.